San Antonio Spurs come to town to take on the New Jersey Nets. And we're at the Meadowlands Arena in East Rutherford, New Jersey. And a good evening and welcome to New Jersey Nets basketball. Spencer Ross along with Bill Raftery. Last time these teams met, a great effort by the Nets, second game of the season, 73 points for San Antonio. But Bill Raftery, this is one of the premier teams in the NBA.
Winning on the road and at home, whenever you have the Admiral, you know you can dominate a basketball game. What has impressed me over the years, the quickness to block a shot, therefore the hurries and the ability to run the floor for the Spurs. And yet you think how long ago that was and how far the Nets have come as a basketball team from that early performance. But that, as well as Rodman not performing, was one of the reasons the Nets played so well that particular night.
And you talk about his ability to block shots. What I think makes him so effective is that, unlike so many players, he's not interested in putting it in the fifth row.
Oh, no.
He keeps it in play.
He gets the 3 blocks and also starting to bring people out as he establishes himself. And we always say this when you see a team from the West, you just don't see the great ones often enough.
And when you talk about a great one shooting 3-point field goals, you have to talk about Dale Ellis. Already 970 3-point field goals in his career, and he hasn't slowed down at all.
What's amazing,
better.
At 45% too, and just picture defensively, if you're guarding him, how you have to get out on him, knowing you're going to open up that low post area for Robinson. So he's the kind of a guy, he can put it on the floor, but not much, but you got to hug him.
Well, the Nets looking to go to 500 tonight with a victory over the San Antonio club. A great effort last night after falling behind by 21 points early in the ball game. Nets come from behind, and Bill, this is the kind of situation I think developing with this team. They are reached a point where they believe they can.
Well, the Nets, when you have got a guy like Derek Coleman, a lot of good things can happen. I mean, good numbers consistently. And Kenny Anderson mentioned the other night, everybody's starting to feel good about themselves. That's fantastic. 21 in the second half. That's when you want your big-time player to score.
And, of course, Kenny Anderson, the man who makes things happen for the Nets, over 20 points a game in his last 7 contests. So the Nets set to take on the San Antonio Spurs, looking to go to 500. We'll take a break. When we get back, Matt Loughlin will give us some news about that aborted trade between Houston and Detroit. Stick around for that and the starting lineups right after this.
We're just moments away from the start of this evening's game. There has been an announcement concerning the Friday trade between Houston and Detroit. The trade of Sean Elliott to the Rockets for Robert Horry and Matt Bullard has been rescinded. Sean Elliott has failed his physical, so Horry and Bullard go back to his team, and they will practice with the club tomorrow. Right now, the national anthem.
Light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, and the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home
Colleen Sexton with our national anthem here at the Meadowlands. We get ready for the New Jersey Nets basketball. Let's take a look first at the standings. Compliments of Payne Weber in the Atlantic Division. Knicks with a very impressive win this afternoon over the Orlando Magic at the Garden. Sitting now at 33-12. Orlando's dropped 7.5 behind, and the Nets right now 4 out, Nets right now in 4th in the Atlantic, a half a game behind Miami, and an opportunity to move into a flat-footed tie with Miami with a victory tonight. Over in the Midwest, Houston, that great start, but here comes San Antonio. The Spurs have won 6 in a row. They're a game and a half out, and at this point, you have to take a look at the interesting situation concerning the Robert Horry deal going down the tubes. Just what kind of dissension that can create. Here he is coming back to a ball club that he wasn't very happy with, Bill.
Business as usual will take a while, don't you think?
It could be.
Luke, a shot of Luke, who has this team playing great basketball.
And let's take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's ball game. First of all, Vinny Del Negro will start at one of the guards for the San Antonio Spurs. Del Negro going into play Friday night up at Boston and hit 50 consecutive free throws before a miss. He'll be joined in the backcourt by Dale Ellis. We mentioned Ellis is super shooting from the outside. Ellis now in his 11th year in the NBA, averaging over 16 points a ball game. Terry Cummings will be at one of the forwards. Cummings' numbers way down this season. Now in his 11th year out of DePaul, Willie Anderson joins him at a forward position. Anderson at 6'8", 200 pounds from Georgia at 14 points in that first game in San Antonio. The victory by the Nets, 99-73, and the Admiral is in the middle. David Robinson, who can do it all, the leading shot blocker in the league. And you talk about a guy who gets to the free throw line. He's already taken 500 free throws this year and made 367 of them, averaging almost 28 points a ball game. The head coach for the San Antonio Spurs. And what a great story. Somebody's got to make a movie of John Lucas's life. The ups and downs. And right now, it's a lot of ups.
And how about how many people he has raised up to with his rehab teaching program?
What a great job he has done saving his own life, and right now helping to save quite a few others. Let's check out the New Jersey Nets starting lineup tonight. The kid, Kenny Anderson, continues to rack up the impressive numbers, 7 consecutive games with over 20 a ball game. As we have mentioned, he'll be joined in the backcourt by Kevin Edwards. Edwards, whose numbers right now show him averaging nearly 15 points a ball game. Had a tough night in that victory at San Antonio at only 3 of 10 from the floor. Chris Morris will be at one of the forward positions for the Nets. Mo injured his knee in that ball game, played 24 minutes and did not score. Joined up front by DC, Derek Coleman. A big night for him in San Antonio. 38 minutes, 29 points, 13 rebounds, and the Nets need a showing like that from him tonight. And the man in the middle, Benoit Benjamin, who was not with the ball club in that first trip to Texas this season. So Ben gets a start against the big guy, David Robinson, and Chuck Daly's club looks to even its record at 22-22. Last year, the Nets split with the Spurs. They had a win here. They had a loss in San Antonio. This year, the Nets would like to make it a sweep against John Lucas's ball club. The Continental Airlines matchups, and again, the big one when you take a look at the middle. You have to, the one that really sticks out in my mind, Bill, is Robinson against Benjamin.
And not just because of size, impact as well. And Benoit has been playing terrific basketball. He's got to continue this evening. The one fear, the speed. As Robinson cuts and darts and can bring you away from the goal and still bounce by you. So it behooves Benoit to pay close attention.
And we will get the jump between Benoit Benjamin and David Robinson. Bruce Alexander, Hank Armstrong, and Hugh Holland are officials. Here's Kenny Anderson. Kenny got himself a fresh haircut, too.
Yeah, very fresh.
Michael Jordan's put a lot of barbers out of business, you know?
He sure has. And a couple of guys sleep in the chair, too. Nice kick out. Just the two.
And Mo puts it home, and the Nets are on the board.
That's a 2 magazine haircut. You can finish 2 while he's taking care of business. And pop out in a quick release. That's amazing, isn't it?
Robinson with the follow.
Now, that's amazing.
That's amazing. The other thing was okay. That's amazing. We're tied at 2.
You went from amazing to amazing.
Here's Kevin Edwards on the curl. Puts it home. The Nets have hit their first 2 and take a 4-2 lead. 50 seconds into this first quarter. This is Willie Anderson.
Benoit has a little smile. I don't know if I'd be smiling. I'd want to put some body on 5-0.
On the switch, we're going to get
Kenny with a
hole.
I don't do this in the NBA, but a nickel dimer. You know, one of those, look at this now, soaring. Please come down. And they were going to put him in the submarine service? Oh, naval air.
It's tough to be in the Navy when you're over 7 feet tall. He was only, what, 6'5" when he first went to the Naval Academy.
His bunk would be aft, all of aft.
I didn't know you were a yachtsman. You're a yachtsman, huh?
Yeah,
After he's done a lot of things.
America's Cup, you pick it up, and Luke, who's a bundle of energy on the sideline.
That's your next gig. You're going to be doing analysis at the America's Cup. Coleman
Nice look
finds
again.
Ben in the paint.
Very selfish. Nice post up by the big guy. Not too many yachts in my neighborhood.
It's hard to dock a yacht on concrete.
Not too many in the meadows or dumps. Got a challenge.
Great play by Ben as he got Anderson that time. Here come the Nets on the run. Kenny stops and pops. And the Nets have hit their first 4 and take an 8-2 lead.
You know what made that a tough shot? He was disconcerted from the left, running by, trying to catch a piece.
He had kept that same.
See how you got to
4.
catch the ball though, right there. It was just a little fumble, cost him a shot.
Nice play to get it over to Del Negro. That's for 2 on the rebound. Del Negro again. He finds a lane. And then found Derek Coleman in his way. DC has the rebound. Looks to pitch it out. And gets it to Anderson. Kenny stops and pops. First miss of the night for the Nets. So you get a little hungry when you hit 4.
Well, he knew he was on fire.
And over the top of the backboard goes Cummings' shot, and the ball goes over to the Nets. Big Ben with a great defensive play.
You can look for some serious business in a lot of areas. That's one of them. You can negate an apparent deuce and ignite your club the other way. And the continued improvement with conditioning of Benoit.
Yep. And he does appear to be in very, very good shape. Perhaps better than he's been in a year.
Now Mo feels he can take Ellis, and they've gotten 2 hoops because of that.
Kenny finds Mo against Ellis. 7 on the 24. The double up, the pitch out to Coleman with 3. Has to shoot it, and it'll go over.
Pretty good. They got the they're going to give him 1, I think. Going to give him 1.
Hugh Holland says, let's put 1 on the board, and it'll be net ball. A catch and flip.
I get a kick out of Luke. I mean, he's a character, nice man. I think I told you when he was in Seattle playing, and we ended up in the same restaurant. He said, "Look, tell me, how good's this Pearl Washington?" I mean, he knew all the guys in the country. Yeah, very avid.
Ben got it off.
Oh! Not a bad call, huh, by CD? An alert.
Grab it any better than that. Woo.
And an alert, Benoit. Touch, release.
Nets lead at 10-2. Ellis is open for 3.
That's actually over the top. Good call.
Hugh Holland's made the call, and Bruce Alexander, Hank Armstrong seconded it. So good start for the Nets. 8:37 left in this first quarter, a 10-2 lead. Tuesday night, Nets in Cleveland, and back here on Wednesday against the Cavs.
You know what's a good sign?
What's a good sign?
Mo is mumbling.
That's different.
When you look at him, positive mumbles.
Oh, okay, positive mumble. Mo loves
They said mumble.
Coleman.
Got a couple inches here, too.
And DC puts it home. This first 4 minutes is like watching a highlight film because everything's going in.
Chuck just saying, wow, what a kind of a club do I have here?
What a great coach I am.
They do make you better when they knock him down.
12-2.
Extra passes. Cummings should have gone up.
Yeah. Ben went for it. Robinson, nice save. Here's Del Negro open. Gives to Cummings. Brady puts it home.
Nice use of the 10, too, because Mo was looming. Good attack in the ball by Chris Mars.
12-4. Nets with an 8-point lead. 7:45 left in this first quarter. Here's Anderson. We'll get a foul. It'll go against Anderson. Talking about Willie Anderson. Anderson, the #1 pick back in 1988.
Coming off that
Injuries.
knee. Yeah, it's been tough. He looks a little stronger, though, than early in his career.
You take a look at the upper bodies of the NBA players today. It's just unbelievable. Anderson squares up. High rebound. They can run. Willie Anderson has it.
Nice hustle by Mo. Gets it even.
Ellis puts it home.
You want your forwards to get back, and Mo did a great job that time. Just a good knockdown shot. To answer you,
Yes.
a lot of time in the weight room. That's what they.
Yeah.
Just to make shots and take the hits.
Back years ago, you know, you wouldn't go near the weight room. DC on the follow, puts it home.
He got away with one toe. He gave it the old wingspan. The St. Joseph Hawk move.
14-6. Nets by 8.
Little screen away. Coming with Derek, a big guy. Interesting move by Chuck.
Willie Anderson. Ben with the rebound. Looking up and getting it to Anderson. And Kenny brings it into forecourt.
Are they sharp, Spencer? Very alert.
Kenny gives to DC. The block will get a jump ball.
Got to come down. Derek.
What comes up must come down.
Eventually.
Timeout on the Modell scoreboard. Nets with an 8-point lead. Holding on to a 14-6 lead. Let's check the NBA leaders, brought to you by your Tri-State GMC truck dealers. You saw Dennis Rodman as the worm turned, so to speak, and he is leading the league in rebounding for a third consecutive year. 17.6 rebounds a game, and he is the top man, and Derek Coleman up amongst the league leaders.
I think you've seen the highlights. The worm, speaking of turning maybe in the wrong direction, getting a little excited. Verbose.
Jump ball here. Pretty good start for the Nets. Remember, last night, first quarter, Nets shot only 23% at Detroit.
Oh, shooting such a critical area in the early months of this season for the Nets. And you get any kind of outside shooting, the way their defense has improved, they're a tough out.
And this team gives up only 91 points a ball game. They're the best in the league defensively, at least when it comes to relinquishing points. And this is one of the big reasons. And that'll count if it goes.
The grab by Mo, I guess, trying to help out.
No,
they give it to Ben. Getting one free, and it's tough enough playing Robinson by yourself, but if they run some bodies at you, it makes it a little bit harder. There's a little curl, and you've got to help out on responsibility as a postman.
Has his third point of the night. I mentioned he has already been to the free throw line 500 times. That's number. He's averaging 27.8 points a game, and a pretty good number too, as far as percentage is concerned for the line. And a good stroke by the Admiral, David Robinson. 14-8, Nets by 6. Kenny pushes it up.
Put the bigger Anderson on him, makes it tough. Look at this stuff.
DC buries it 6 for Coleman, and the Nets by 8, 16-8.
Take you low or move downtown.
Dennis Rodman set to make his first appearance in the lineup.
People that come early keep looking around for him, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Nice help here on the rotation by DC. They got a legal or 3?
Jack Haley was saying his locker is next to his, and they've said hello to each other maybe twice in the month and a half Jack's been at the ball club. Dennis is in his own world. There he is.
And he has a problem, I think, sometimes playing against Chuck Daly, who had such an influence on his life.
He really lost it that first game in San Antonio. He got upset, picked up 5 quick fouls, was out of the game very early, played only 26 minutes, had only 8 rebounds.
And they switch now as Robinson. Look at this pin by Benoit. Pretty good D, though, by Rodman.
And the ball will go over.
The way he trots, Rodman, I always felt the floor was too short for him. And he could just run forever.
He's had 9 games this year in which he has failed to take a shot.
He believes that you can help a team win by doing little things, and he does.
Ellis is open and puts it in. Now that may look like an easy shot, but when you're backing up like that, let me tell you, that's a toughie.
Not for him, Spence.
Nope, not for him indeed.
And the bigger guy Anderson trying to negate Kenny's jumper and gets it off again, huh?
He was drifting and he still put it home.
Lucas just looked at Anderson like, what, are you kidding me? It's that kind of game right now for him.
18-10. Oh, Robinson just blows by.
Good job.
Has his follow. And he is fouled, gone up. Back to the line he goes. Morris will pick it up.
Derek was in great position and did a wonderful job. Even let the officials know. But look at after the initial play, Derek gets back in, tries to contest.
And they got it on Coleman. So here is Robinson back at the line one more time.
Way over there.
Last year averaged 23.4 points a game, so he's improved at over 4 points a game this year. And you know, when you're 6 point a game score, you go to 10, that's okay. When you go from 23 to 27, that's big numbers on the improvement side. Edwards puts it home.
Now all of this should help the inside game too, with his slide Derek in, slide Mo in, slide Benoit in.
20-12, Nets by 8. Here's Willie Anderson, and Robinson rolls up. That's just the play that Chuck talked to you about in the pregame show. They love to pick and roll and just to slide off on the roll by Robinson.
And Chuck's become the social director of the NBA
Yes,
too, telling people where to go.
He's always been.
Dine and relax. Looking for another pick.
Whoops. Coleman saves it, down to 7 on the 24. DC 4-3. High rebound, pulled down by Ellis. Gets it out quickly to Willie Anderson.
Derek and Benoit doing a nice job switching on exchanges.
Ellis came around on the curl and put it home.
He'll keep you running too.
Yeah.
And
He's got 6.
A little post bump's all he needs.
3 of 5 from the floor for Ellis. Here's Anderson sliding through, and Kenny is fouled, gone up. That's all a foul on Willie Anderson.
He is so tough on the wing. But they're looking for a pick and roll to the middle, and this is where he can be devastating. Turn the corner, put the turbo. Everybody thinks that one. Now look, now he's got Robinson, who would deter mere mortals, but not the kid.
And back to the line he goes to shoot 2. Sleepy Floyd comes into the lineup.
Down in minutes from early in the year when they were trying to start him. Do you remember?
And you know, the night after the Nets came away with that victory, they went out the next day and got Miguel Knight. They needed some help in the backcourt. And the big question everybody still asks is, what about Avery Johnson? They just let him go.
That's amazing. Talented kid.
Yeah. 5 points for Anderson, and the Nets by 5. 3:20 left first quarter.
And Sleepy, the point guy, that is not his game, or forte, I should say.
Nice play by Morris. Here's Anderson, the lead to Edwards, and Kevin couldn't save it. Look out.
Well, fortunately, the flame is out on the Duro Flame.
That's
Corner. Great hustle. Kenny trying to, if he hadn't had to get around the defender in the half court, he would have made this pass, but they almost tried to give the foul up on Kenny, but look at this. All-out effort.
And a 5-point net lead with 3 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Been a good quarter for the Nets. Here's Willie Anderson. Sleepy. That's the guy they're looking for. Ellis, 7 on the 24. Good defense by Kevin Edwards. Kenny Anderson. He sees the look.
And he
angles through.
He knows how to control the traffic flow. He'd be a great officer. Right at Broadway and Times Square.
7-point net lead. 2.5 remaining in the first quarter. Jason Williams set to come into the lineup. Oh, Kevin almost had it. That's for 3. And David Robinson, offensive rebound.
Speed to the ball.
Yeah.
Tough shot. The kiss.
10 points for the Admiral here in this first quarter. And the net lead is down to 5 as we approach 2 minutes in this first quarter.
And look at this.
Tough pass.
Titanic.
Break for the Nets, too. We'll take a break in the Modell scoreboard. The Nets with a real good start, lead it by 5, 23-18. Now into the lineup for the first time tonight. Take a look at the rebounding numbers. Spurs with an edge, and particularly off the offensive boards. Mr. Robinson with 6 of those 9 rebounds for San Antonio. What else is new?
And they normally out-rebound the opponent by 8. That's a large margin. And Reed rather svelte looking. Really thin.
Coleman.
They got an illegal, D?
Dennis Rodman.
Illegal defense violation against.
Yeah, look at JR. JR's shed quite a few pounds.
He's almost as thin as Mike O'Koren, another Tar Heel.
They get out of school, Dean doesn't feed them anymore, and they got problems.
That was some look at Robin, though, with the mask and the hair. Got to get it out. Nice.
Good look.
Gordon.
Morris is open. Kevin Edwards trying to keep it alive. Jason
Nice
Williams
save.
dives for the basketball.
Oh, that's his game. Down and dirty.
A Jason named Desire. And here is Coleman burying a 3.
And a bada bing and a smile.
9 for DC, and the Nets lead it by 8.
Jason, tough matchup. He knows it, trying to body the Admiral out.
Ellis, he was bothered by Kevin Edwards. Jason goes for it. J.R. Reed has it to Ellis.
And Robin was right in the middle of all of that. That's what makes him so tough, the offensive glass.
Sleepy. J.R. now a long time. Foul called. Offensive foul on J.R. Got the left arm out into DC's belly button.
And Derek was distraught.
Yeah.
He thought this foul was on him. Just a great effort, and Hugh Hollins, perfect position to make the call.
45 seconds left in this first quarter. The Nets with an 8-point lead. Kenny splits the defense, then loses the basketball.
And the Nets recover. It could have been he's out of bounds here, sleeping.
We almost had that.
Oh, I thought that was right here, Spence. And the Nets are on fire, and day in, day out at home or on the road. You can always count on the great taste of Bud Light. It won't fill you up and never let you down. So Spencer Ross, make it a Bud Light.
Yes, sir. That's 12 of 19 from the floor in this first quarter. Real good shooting start. And just good play on both ends of the floor.
Heads always up, looking.
Kevin Edwards, he beat Ellis nicely. Shot won't go. Jason dives for it. It's finally picked up by Ellis. Knocked away by Kevin Edwards.
What
dives and
hustle.
almost comes up with the basketball. Great hustle.
And the crowd responding, because this is the kind of basketball that Chuck Daly's teams over the years have exhibited. Great effort, Jason. First down and 30. Got to get the uniforms cleaned anymore.
8 seconds left in the quarter, and the Nets had a foul to give, and they gave it right there with 5.3 seconds remaining. Ideally, you like to give it with like 2, but you can't wait that long, particularly when it comes to David Robinson.
You want everything, huh? He was ready to make this move, too. Tasting 500. That's what this game's all about.
Yeah, but don't sit down at the table yet. Long way to go.
Oh, I agree.
The defense here, Sleepy has to fire a long-range 3. In and out. On the rebound, the horn sound, ending the first quarter, which brings a semi-standing ovation for the Nets, who lead it by 8.
High style first quarter. Really impressive, Spencer. Got to keep it up, as you noted. 3 to go.
Percent from the floor, lead it by 8. Let's check in with Matty Loughlin. Matt?
Spencer, thank you very much. I'm joined by Mark Bowen. He is the director of marketing for McCain Elios. And Mark, McCain Elios and the Nets have teamed up on a great offer.
That's right, Matt. Thank you. McCain Elios, which is the #1 selling frozen pizza item in the New York, New Jersey area, is now inserting New Jersey Nets trading cards in specially marked boxes of McCain Elios pizza. And today also, we delivered a Sunday coupon in all papers in the New York area featuring Kenny Anderson, as well as a 35-cent coupon so people can go out and start collecting the trading cards today.
Well, Spencer, I got my box this morning. I opened up. I got Kenny Anderson. At halftime, we'll find out who you got. Maybe we can make a deal.
I got a Bill Raftery. I don't know what it was doing in there. I think he put it in himself. But
You got shortchanged, as Rodman did too on the offensive rebound. Ends up getting the tag.
let's see, the Nets will start the quarter with the same five who finished the first quarter. Anderson, Edwards, the backcourt. Morris up front with Coleman and Jason Williams. San Antonio with Willie Anderson, David Robinson, Dennis Rodman, J.R. Reed, and Sleepy Floyd. Floyd on the defense here against Anderson.
Little brush screen and then a pick and roll.
Jason rolls.
And then the zone in the back for Rodman. Good job here. Pretty good recovery.
Down to 5 on the 24. Kenny won't go on the follow. Knocked out of Coleman's hands. Picked up by Sleepy Floyd. 3 against 3. Good transition defense.
Excellent. But don't forget, I think one of the problems for San Antonio at the point, Sleepy not used to that position.
Willie Anderson won't go. The follow. Give it to Rodman.
Yeah, they do. And Jason up pretty big too. They got the piece of that one.
26-20. Net lead is 6.
It's amazing to watch Chuck work. I mean, this looks like a team shaping up, doesn't it? All of a sudden developing. Nice pump.
Robinson, and he's fouled, gone up. Took Robinson off his feet, and the foul called on Sleepy Floyd.
You know how smart defenders are? They know which arm to grab. Sleepy knew he was a lefty. Make sure. And down on this end, you take your pick. But Jason up hustling, and I guess they gave it to Rodman. Look at it. Now watch Floyd go for it. He's got the left arm. Can't score, although he can dunk it with either hand. Yeah. But the chances of a layup negated.
And Derek with his 10th point of the night. Johnny Newman makes his first appearance.
Johnny walked in the building like he was one of the owners. What a great looking suit.
Oh, Johnny, one of the dapperest, best dressed men in the league.
Sharply clad.
Good hustle by the Nets, but Robin has the rebound.
And there we go. Even he can run forever.
David Robinson. Coleman has the rebound. For DC, his 4th of the night, and the Nets with a 7-point lead in the basketball. Jason's first attempt at the hoop, and he puts it home.
And he drew the Admiral out from the basket. David unable to get out quick enough.
The shot is getting better for Jason Williams. He's gaining the confidence on it.
And Reed trying to DC underneath a couple of inches as they move Reed outside now. Better spot for him.
And Willie Anderson. Well, counted in 1.
You want to see a fast dunk? Don't blink. This is extraordinary. Not only the ability to blow by, but to complete. And then he has to go into the front of the rim and deep.
Called for the second foul. Will sit down, and Norman Gilliam in the lineup. His first appearance. Here's Willie Anderson looking to cut the net lead to 6, and he does. 29-23 Nets. Sleepy Floyd greeting Anderson in the backcourt.
Is a good way of turning that shoulder, Kenny. Protects the dribble, but angles in on you.
Counted if it goes, and Newman in the line to shoot 2. The foul on Willie Anderson. And Terry Cummings comes back in.
I'm sorry, Spence. The other night, remember the shot that Newman made from the right side, a hard bank?
The horse shot.
That's a similar kind of a move. That one had a little more touch on it. A pretty good glass player.
Yeah. David Robinson leaves. Cummings in. P.J. Brown is going to make his first appearance. Here's Johnny Newman. Good free throw shooter. Easy for me to say.
And the rook in is a little blow from O.
Mo leaves with a basket for 2 points. Johnny Newman, 85% free throw shooter, misses them both. Very un-Newman-esque.
I'll say. You put the jinx on them, the horns.
J.R. Reed.
And a good job getting down. Both P.J. and Jason looking to help.
Anderson. On the follow, Gilliam, but Rodman boxed them out and has the rebound, gets it to Willie Anderson.
Good containment there by Newman, helping out Brown on the bounce. Good help by Jason again.
Down to 9 on the 24. Reed really not involved in the offensive end. Here's Willie Anderson firing.
Oh, not shot. Grove as the Hammer did a nice job hedging and then switching.
Actually shot that ball from behind the basket along the baseline.
Fortunately, he's righty.
Yes, a lefty would have a very, very difficult time in that one. Kenny split the defense, just couldn't put it home. Rodman with a rebound, gets it out over to Sleepy.
And they all help out. You're right. That's something that early in the year was a big problem.
It's coming together. Here's J.R. Reed, counted in one. Jason Williams with a foul and a pretty spin move by the former Tar Heel, J.R. Reed, and a 5-point run and the net lead down to a deuce.
Great setup here. You bounce the guy to the middle, drop, and then the kiss, the friendly one. The Tar Heel.
Kevin Edwards back in. Kenny Anderson will sit down. And J.R. Reed, who came over from Charlotte, a deal that sent Sidney Green to the Hornets.
Who just had, what do you have, his jersey retired, Sidney, at UNLV. And they booed the president.
They're not happy with him down there, are they?
Not really. I guess they feel he's the problem.
Still be net ball. Dale Ellis back in. Say Sports Channel America is now News Sport, a brand new sports news network delivering scores, highlights, and updates throughout the day. Sports Channel America now News Sport, the brand new sports news network from Sports Channel.
Nice looking shot on the inbounds. Again, the glass. Befriended by Johnny Newman.
Johnny's first deuce, and the Nets by 4.
You're doing your homework there. That was a pretty good out-of-bounds play.
Sleepy finally came up with it and then threw it out of bounds.
That was unattractive the whole get-go, wasn't it? They could never get control of the pill.
5th turnover of the ball game for the Spurs. Nets have turned it over only 3 times.
You notice who's running the point, kid?
Yeah. Jason Williams looking for 2 in a row. We'll get a loose ball foul on PJ.
I think it might be Gilliam. Let's see. No, you're right. PJ. Gilliam got a share of the shirt. Either one. Dealer's choice.
David Robinson back in. So the big guy back in for the Spurs, and J.R. Reed is a little slow in getting off the floor. 7.5 left in this first half, and the Nets by 4 after a real great start, which they hit 60% of their shots in the first quarter.
Nice hands. Kevin.
Oh, what a play by Kevin Edwards. Took that away from Dennis Rodman. Whoa, and Rodman had position on him.
Oh, he's amazing. He can get up. We've seen that a lot this year. Big rebounds.
Farmer trying to work on Ellis. Has it knocked away. Gets it back. 6 on the 24. PJ in and out. Rebound the Worm. I don't really know Dennis that well. Do you call him the Worm to his face?
I think they do.
Yeah, they do. Okay.
I remember in Detroit they did. I've only said Dennis, though.
Yeah, so would I. Robinson, what a pretty shot.
Look, on the way down. And that's what's disturbing when you guard him. He can bring you away, can post up. Just a tough matchup.
A 9-2 run for the Spurs, who have cut a 9-point lead down to a deuce. Here's Johnny Newman. Gilliam. Kevin, that's for 3. Got it!
Well, early in the year, he couldn't buy one, could he? Getting up there slowly, 22%. Not the most attractive numbers, but the stroke is much better.
I think it was something at 1.3 for 23 or something like that. Yeah. So it's getting there. 34-29, Nets by 5.
And Newman with the great denial, doing a nice job on Ellis, who's very active off the ball.
Sleepy finds Robinson. And we'll get a foul. Jason Williams picks it up on the Modell scoreboard. David Robinson will go to the line to shoot a couple when we return. With 5:49 left in the half, the Nets lead it by 5. Back here at the Meadowlands with the Nets holding on to a 5-point lead. Let's check out our Nestle's sweet move of the evening. And the Admiral, David Robinson, with this pretty drive to the hoop and perfect English off the glass, putting it home for 2 of his 12 first-half points. Our Nestle's sweet move. San Antonio shooting only 39%. Remember, they shot only 33% in that game in San Antonio against the Nets, and wound up with 73 points, which was a franchise record low.
And Luke, who has a loose ball club, a very relaxed atmosphere.
For times and timeouts, he will just walk away.
That's right. Just let them speak. And it's an unusual, it's a different way of doing things. Never seen it, but it's worked. And you mentioned they're gaining on Houston all of a sudden.
And it's going to be interesting with Robert Horry going back to Houston. In case you joined us late and did not hear the word, the deal between Houston and Detroit has been abrogated, rescinded. Sean Elliott did not pass his physical, so Elliott remains a member of the Detroit Pistons, and Horry still with the Houston Rockets. 1 of 2 for Robinson. He has 13 points, and the net lead is 4. Kevin Edwards, P.J. Brown.
Much better stroke.
Yeah. Rodman had the rebound, and Vinny Del Negro brings it into forecourt.
They can't force the switch. Good D by the Nets.
Ellis for 3, and Benoit with the rebound.
Thought he would squeeze that one into the first row, huh?
He almost broke the basketball.
Someday with their strength, you can see one
You can see it
pop.
pop, yeah. Johnny Newman got it to Gilliam. Oh, that's got to be a foul. Bruce Alexander saw it and gave it to Cummings. Kenny Anderson set to come back in.
That was almost a clean play.
Yeah.
That was an amazing bit of dexterity.
It's almost like you got to blow the whistle. No way you could steal a basketball that way. Even if you did it, I got to call a foul.
It looked impossible.
That's right. Johnny Newman leaves. Kenny Anderson back in.
Little pop out for Kevin. They go all the way over the top.
Edwards ready. Ben rolled off, shot a little too hard, and 3 Nets had an opportunity at it. Nobody could come up with it. Here's Cummings.
Look at them hustle back. That should have been a fast break. They were very disorganized, though.
And the foul will go against Cummings.
And a lot of life with Benoit. I mean, he's trying to do a good job, and that's all you want from the big guy. Good things will happen for him.
Spurs over the limit.
Terrific. I mean, he seems to have a little more zest for the game the last month.
And it's something the Nets needed desperately.
Zestfully good as you look at the coaches. Brendan off another win. I don't think he's lost as a step-in coach. He doesn't know the number, but it's in excess of 6.
Is that right? 6 or no?
I remember once in Utah.
I think Chuck got thrown out on purpose last night.
I think Chuck's probably had a time restraint. 2.5 hours, that's it. Doesn't want to go extra. Didn't punch in for that.
It was a 45-minute halftime show last night at Auburn Hills.
Did Howard David run it?
Somebody did, I'll tell you. It was interminable.
It must have been Howard. Our radio man who we love to abuse.
Cummings with 7 of the 24 and puts it home over Armin Gilliam. Terry Cummings' second basket. The net lead again down to 4. 36-32. Everybody got up and spoke last night in Detroit. Delane Beer.
Vinny, one of the real popular guys, though, on that terrific team. On the spin out.
It'll be another 2-shot foul. Derek Coleman set to come back in.
Vinny unable to stay with Kenny on that play. Terrific ability with the bounce. And I think he's tough on this side of the floor because down the lane, it's a nice change for him. You know, blow by before the big guys come down from the foul line. They're waiting for him sometimes down the middle, and it's amazing how he can get to the goal.
And then when he gets there, his ability as he goes up in the air to change direction in midair, hesitate, and just do some incredible things. And he keeps getting better at it.
We affectionately call him the kid, and it's that youthful exuberance. I mean, he radiates enjoyment when he's out on the floor.
When he's 35, we're going to still call him the kid. Okay. 38-32. That's by half a dozen. Anderson with 9 points. Coleman tops the net scores with 10.
They come with Kevin. That's interesting. Then they would zone up on Ellis. Edwards with a tough match.
Good defense. Ellis challenging every shot.
Oh, they got goaltending. Excellent defensive set.
Chuck Daly is a little mystified. Wow. What for?
Unbelievable.
Twas not a good call. 38-34. Here's Coleman. And David Robinson with the rebound gets it out to Del Negro.
That was a pretty move. I mean, the shot didn't go down. That was an all-star move.
Ellis for 3. Rebound, Big Ben.
So far tonight, he needs the ball rack on those threes.
That's right. Anderson trying to beat Vinny Del Negro and puts it home over Rodman.
And Del Negro stayed with him until the pull-up and the quickness with those feet to straighten out and knock it down.
6-point net lead. 2:45 left in the half. Del Negro got free off the screen and Vinny put it home.
Well, you can see Chuck doesn't want to switch, then let Robinson take the guard down in the box. But you got to show higher if you're Benoit.
Throw back if you have to. Throw back. Give it up.
Chuck saying give it up. And
got to give it up to somebody though. Slithered through and put it home.
Oh, the master of maneuver.
13 for Anderson, and the Nets by half a dozen.
You've got to have a good back to do that.
Yeah.
You got to get down right on the ground and bounce it through.
Some of us would not get up.
No, we'd be there for the duration.
Del Negro again shooting it over P.J. Brown, and Billy Del Negro has hit back-to-back field goals with under 2 minutes left in the half. Nets have led it by as many as 9. Kevin Edwards.
Nice little stagger. They really look in a flow. Very confident, running their sets.
Kevin's hit 4 of 5 from the floor, including a 3-pointer for 9 points.
There's the same play.
Robinson puts it home.
Like Chuck does, Luke rolling with it as long as it's consistent.
15 for the Admiral with 1:20 left in the half.
Post up, post up.
Here's Chuck calling for Dark. Nice job by Cummins.
PJ. 3-second violation. We'll get a timeout on the Modell scoreboard with 1:05 left in this first half, and the Nets leading it by 4.
Timeout, San Antonio.
Nice job with this particular play, and what you want is a little show, and you'd love to have Kenny fighting over the top. And what happens is Benoit loosens up a little bit, and this is now he's flat as he helps, and you see Kenny actually underneath, and Del Negro stepped back, and nobody played the shooter. So Chuck will vary that look, and Lucas riding with it, a little daily-ish maneuver.
Robinson with 15 first-half points to lead all the scores, the only man in double figures. And that backcourt doing a job. Anderson 13, Kevin Edwards with 9. 44-40 as we approach the 1-minute mark. They go back to David Robinson.
Oh, pretty good job by Benoit.
Yeah.
I mean, other than the early entry, you really got to get up over the top and not permit that. But he rode right out with David.
50 seconds left in the half. The net lead is down to 2. Anderson firing away for 2. Rebound. Benoit went for Cummings with a nice play to keep it alive. Rodman finds Del Negro. That's nice. We're tied. Coleman.
Good control.
No rush.
Yeah, no rush. All of a sudden, all even. Steven.
Got it to Benjamin, but stole it away. Robinson knocked it about.
Good save by Kevin Edwards.
They can play for the final shot. Sleepy Floyd back in for San Antonio for Del Negro. T.J. Brown leaves. Chris Morris back in for the Nets.
Chris had been there for a while, just couldn't get himself in with the flow of the game.
Willie Anderson back in. That's led it by as many as 9. In danger now of going to the locker room trailing in this ball game.
Oh, you want to rebound now. You know, they take the 20 to set it up. Not a bad move by Luke.
20-second timeout, San Antonio.
Figure with Ellis in the game, some sort of bump for him. And they're going to switch, put Del Negro back in and get another outside shooter, maybe for Rodman.
Yeah, I would think so.
But the only thing he's like Rodman for is the tip. We'll see who he does take out.
You know, the interesting thing about Rodman, he's played, what, maybe 10, 12 minutes? 14, maybe? He hasn't seemingly done much of anything, but he does have half a dozen rebounds already.
Yeah, they're not spectacular, just steady.
But that's 6 times he's gotten the basketball for you.
Well, you don't see him on the offensive glass as much. How many does he have on the offensive glass? Zip?
I'm not sure. We don't have the number on that right here.
Okay. And he's the guy out. So
You want me to guess?
I don't remember. I don't remember one.
The follow.
Yeah, one.
Okay, that's it. Johnny Newman's going to come back in.
Well, they put one in. You can put one in on the 20.
And Benjamin leaves.
Gives another good defender on the perimeter.
And Coleman will go up against David Robinson. DC playing with 2 fouls.
And you're right. They're going to yank it out. And Dirk's got to be careful. He does not want to get number 3.
Not at this stage.
That would be the choice for me. Go to Robinson.
Kicks it back. Willie Anderson with 4 seconds. To Robinson will go. Rebound Coleman. And that'll do it for the first half. Good first half of basketball, which saw the Nets come out really smoking. Hit 7 of their first 10 shots, 60% from the floor in the first quarter, and led it after 1 by 8. But San Antonio battles back, and here at halftime, we're all even. The Nets 44, the Spurs 44. We'll get back. At 44 and 44. Coming off the game in Detroit last night, you talk about back-to-backs, and so many times you hear they can't get started. Nets came out of the box on fire, hitting 7 of their first 10 shots. Kenny Anderson, the legs so much alive. Derek Coleman, and just a real good effort for the Nets, particularly the first 16, 18 minutes.
And it does tell you how good San Antonio is. I mean, they were on their back heels and good defense. I thought they stepped it up a little, took away some of the penetration by Kenny. And Chuck then moved them to the wing. We was able to do some damage, then get some post up. So this is, right now, the Nets are a good basketball team playing against a very good one.
And when you look at David Robinson, you know, people forget he was away for 2 years from the game. To come back, he's just growing into his game. He gets better and better all the time.
It's very tough because he can move you out or post you up, and a good picker and quick cuts to the goal.
And a tie ball game here at halftime. We're all even. The Nets 44 and San Antonio 44. We'll get back. Ball teams, and the source, the New York Daily News. Rice High School still #1, not only in the city but in the country. They're going to battle St. Raymond's again next weekend at Fordham, a rematch of that exciting overtime game in their first meeting. And of course, Kenny Anderson's Molloy High School team 9th. And Lincoln High School rounds out the number 10 spot with Stephon Marbury and Bobby Hurley's team atop the New Jersey groups. The source there, the Newark Star Ledger. St. Anthony's #1 and all the way down to number 10 in New Jersey, Bergen Catholic. 44-44 the score here at half.
Named to his 4th All-Star team, where he'll join teammates B.J. Armstrong and Horace Grant. They're 3 key cogs to the Bulls' success, but there are other reasons. General Manager Jerry Krause does not get enough credit for the success that Chicago has enjoyed over the last several years. This year he has gone to the reject pile and pulled out 3 players who have been critical to the Bulls' success. They have become the lovable rejects. We're talking about Steve Kerr, who finished last year with Orlando before signing a free agent contract with the Bulls. Pete Myers, starting in place of Michael Jordan, was in Europe for the last 2 seasons. Bill Wennington played in the Italian League last year. All were available to any general manager. They could have signed with any team, but it was Krause who offered them a deal, and the Bulls are better for it, and those three solidifying the Bulls' chances for a fourth NBA championship. 2 NBA championships, a gold medal, 540 NBA victories. Those should be credentials enough to get Chuck Daly elected into the Hall of Fame. Chuck, will find out on Tuesday when the official announcement is made. The induction ceremonies will take place on May 9th in Springfield, Massachusetts. Others waiting for the Hall of Fame call include Richie Guerin, Buddy Jeanette, who won 3 MVPs in the old National Basketball League, Johnny Red Kerr, Vern Mickelson, who played on 4 world championships with the old Minneapolis Lakers, Jamal Wilkes and Gene Shue. Also waiting for the call, of course, Chuck, and Cesare Rubini, who won 15 Italian League championships from 1941 through 1978. Not the movie star Joan Crawford, but the AAU star of the 50s and 60s, Carol Blazejowski and Denny Crum, also waiting for the call. Blazejowski averaged 31.7 points during her career at Montclair State College. That's still an NCAA women's record. And finally, you know that Tree Rollins signed a contract with Orlando to play the rest of the season. He was an assistant coach at the beginning of the year. Mike Dunleavy played as an assistant coach for the Milwaukee Bucks on 2 occasions. He said, first, you have to remember that my playing days were a little farther behind me than Tree's, but the other thing is my body finally wore out. The first game back, great. I hit 2 free throws with 2 seconds left to help us beat Portland, but by the end of my 10-day contract, my body said, help! And I knew my place was on the bench. That'll do it for the NBA Notebook. I'm Matt Lachlan. We'll be back with more right after this.
Elio's Pizza. We have one here. Open it up. I've got to P.J. Brown. You can find out that P.J. Brown's real name is Collier.
Oh.
Collier Brown.
And I've got one too. And guess what? I got short changed. I got CD.
As coach, huh? You got short
Chuck
change.
Daly.
You're in trouble with him now. Big time. Nice looking card.
He looks like Guy Madison, the old
Doesn't he?
Western
Right.
movie guy. You picked that out.
Nice looking card. You can get one of these, Chuck Daly or whatever, with McCain Elio's Pizza. Good pizza, as the man told you, the best-selling frozen pizza in our area. Let's check out our highlights of this first half, which have the Nets all leaving at 44-44, courtesy of Chick Close Shave.
And the close shave tracer Chick highlights. Pretty good ball movement, and then the underhand scoop to the hoop.
Scoop to the hoop.
Using a little saying out of the past. Nice use of the rim, and Kenny Anderson recognizing, as he does day in and day out in the NBA, who's got the best shot, or in that case, the better. And it was Coleman. David Robinson, such a force in so many areas. This is that medium post explosion and a favorable release. Can't beat that D. Still able to knock it down. And Special K, the kid from Queens, with the beautiful, forceful bounce. Pull up, square up, knock it down.
Tri-State Ford dealers bring you the halftime statistics. You see the number on the Nets, but remember the first quarter, the Nets were 12 of 18 from the floor. Pretty good shooting. So 6 of 18 in the second quarter as they dropped down quite a bit, and San Antonio took an 8-point deficit and turned it into a tie ball game. The rebounds slightly in favor of San Antonio. David Robinson has 4 offensive rebounds, 7 offensive rebounds, only 3 offensive rebounds for the Nets. The turnovers are even. Let's check the scores. The big man David Robinson with 17, Kenny Anderson 13, Derek Coleman with 10 to lead the Nets. And off the boards, the big guy, Robinson with 7, Dennis Rodman with 6, and Coleman with 5, leading the Nets through the first half. Okay, I'll trade you a Coleman for a P.J. Brown.
They would say, wait a second, a Coleman? How about a Daly?
A Daly?
How about
A Daly?
How about 5 Browns for 1 Daly?
P.J.'s going to get mad again now.
No, that's true. I was trying to be.
Oh, you're
How
trying
about
to do a
5
number on Chuck.
Dalys for 1 Brown?
And you get the tie thrown in that Chuck is wearing in this. The tie's worth a couple of cards. Here's P.J. in the bench, who will be going to Minneapolis next week for the All-Star game. What an honor. What a kick. The first year that they have had the rookie All-Star game. The Nets starting forwards with no field goals in that second quarter. Derek Coleman with 10 points, had 9 of them in the first. We're underway. Del Negro, Ellis, Cummings, David Robinson, and Willie Anderson now with the basketball.
Oh,
Almost had it.
yeah, right in front of him.
And Cummings won't go. Willie Anderson won't go. And out of bounds, it's still going to ball on to San Antonio. Nets just couldn't grab it. Nets have Coleman, Morris, Benjamin up front, Anderson, and Kevin Edwards in the backcourt.
And Mo with a little swipe caused the miss inside there.
And the miss by David Robinson, who was 6 for 12 from the floor in the first half. So 3 opportunities for San Antonio, nothing on the board.
You like that high level of play they had earlier. And they were in a zone running their sets beautifully. Here they used the bump. Nice little turn. Oh,
great roll up by Coleman and a good find by Mo.
Oh, you like to start in high fashion. Terrific little dump down.
First field goal for Derek since late in the first quarter, and the Nets lead at 46-44.
Don't forget he had the 2 and didn't get back in sync.
There's the man. Oh, great block by Coleman, and he's able to save it, but Del Negro gets it back. Ellis fires again.
And Coleman out at him again, and this time Cummings. DC showing some D. Oh, is he attacking the shooter? That's that rotation. You've got to have a big, you know he can make it. Great recovery.
And a good start here for the Nets, just underway in the third quarter. A 2-point lead. When I say the good start, though, just the intensity. That's what I'm speaking of.
Look at this man, whirling dervish.
That's for 3. Derek keeps it alive off the glass, and Cummings finally comes down with it.
And look at Benjamin run the floor with Robinson.
Got back with him.
You wouldn't have seen that a month ago.
Willie Anderson with a miss, and Benoit with the rebound.
Because he got back.
Kenny Anderson, the look away to Edwards. Count it if it goes.
No, on the floor,
says Bruce.
Wishful thinking, Spencer.
Well,
I don't blame you. That's what Kevin thought too. Hey, I hear. No, I got the contact. I know I'm going to get the whistle. Get it up there.
Nets and the Spurs, second meeting of the year between these two clubs. Kenny Anderson open and got a little confused because he was too open.
You know what I love about Chuck? You never know what's going to happen. He just moved Kenny to the shooting guard play. Threw Kevin in the backcourt, and Anderson used to trying to contain him with the dribble. All of a sudden forgot to get out on the shot.
15 points for the kid. Here's David Robinson with a pretty spin move, puts it home, count it and 1, and the foul will go against Chris Morris.
Well, you may have missed it in real time, so we're going to have to play it over. That's how fast he is. I mean, he just blew by the white shirts. The Brits are coming. The Brits are coming.
7 feet 1 inch tall.
And plays the piano.
20 points for Robinson. Again, as we said, you know, when he went into the Naval Academy, I believe he was 6'5" at the time. Coleman fakes the 3 around Cummings. The look to Morris around Ellis. These guys leave their feet a lot, don't they?
They
Coleman
really
battles for it, and Willie Anderson has it.
They attack the ball, Spence.
Nice control by Willie Anderson to put it on. He's got 7, and the Spurs have taken the lead for the first time since back in, well, it's the first time tonight they've had the lead.
Since San Antonio.
Since San Antonio. They didn't have much of a lead there. Kenny Anderson on the follow, big man.
And what happened is Kenny drew Robinson, and Double B got right to the tip.
8 points for Benjamin. Vinny Del Negro right on line. Vinny Del Negro came off the bench in the first quarter, in the second quarter, and poured home 6 points. Now with 8 in the ballgame. Kevin Edwards stopping and firing. He was bothered by Del Negro. And the rebound, David Robinson to Dale Ellis. The good look to Willie Anderson. Counted if it goes, and the foul is on Edwards. Nets did not get back quickly enough that time.
No, and it's the long shot that sort of breaks down your motion, I think. All of a sudden you forget, but this was just beautiful as David has to come up and recognize Kenny and look at the big fella challenging the tin. But getting back to that thought, you know, you're playing real nice. All of a sudden, it's a long shot doesn't go down, or it's not typical bang.
Yeah.
You don't really sprint back and identify. You should, but you sometimes get the spirit sags.
Willie Anderson, 83% free throw shooter, hits them both. San Antonio's biggest lead of the night, 53-50. Coleman against Cummings. Kenny tries to slide through, and the foul will go against Dale Ellis. Ellis picks up the foul. That is his first. Cummings playing with 3.
Dale up there in Seattle. Pretty good start in his career, huh?
He's had quite a good career. Kevin Edwards. Morris with the rebound. Oh, puts it home.
Oh, I mean, he changed everything. Look at this running to the floor. 2 out of the last 3 trips. And as we have noted, you do not like that to happen.
And we've talked about the good transition defense, but there have been breakdowns for the first time tonight. And the result, San Antonio with a 3-point lead.
Well, you do have to recognize Kenny now as he pump fakes.
Because he'll shoot it right now for 3. Got it!
And David came out, but did not put the hand up. And you know what else? Benoit went right to the basket. And he alertly went as Robinson left him.
We're tied at 55. 18 points for Kenny Anderson, who's 7 of 14 from the floor. Robinson, Del Negro.
Nice job by Mo. Doubled and then recovered to Cummins.
Kenny cut the baseline off. Oh, what a nice shot by Vinny Del Negro. He's got 10.
I'll tell you, he is steady. I mean, he got a bump on that shot, still knocked it down.
Back to Kenny. That's for 3 again. Coleman with a high rebound. And a reset. Very under control.
Derek a little trouble with the bounce there. He wants a clear out. This is his advantage.
Morris. Derek for 3.
And Luke just raised the eyebrows. They've got Robinson so far away from the goal, they're negating his effectiveness.
Back-to-back 3s for the Nets. Anderson and now Coleman, and the Nets with the lead, 58-57.
Pretty good screen.
Willie Anderson. Nice dish to David Robinson, who puts it home.
And if you saw Lucas on the sideline, he's jumping.
He has a good time.
He sure does. Gets into the game.
Jason Williams set to come back into the net lineup. Anderson.
Oh, pretty
Edwards. Morris, you gotta love it.
Oh, and Coleman rejoicing, doing pirouettes in the backcourt on that. Well, we've always said not too many better at finishing a miss.
And the Nets back in front, 60-59. Willie Anderson lights it up.
Counts the same.
Yeah, that's right. And Mo now gives it up. This is 4 against 3. Del Negro, the trailer, Robinson. And Willie Anderson puts it home. 13 for Anderson, 8 of them already here in this quarter. And the Spurs by 3. And Chuck Daly wants a timeout. On the Modell scoreboard, the Nets, with 5:15 left in this third quarter of play, have fallen behind by 3, 63-60. MCI long distance shot, and the Nets have filled it up with a couple of 3s tonight. And this time it is Derek Coleman shooting over David Robinson to bury the 3 for Coleman, his 18th three-pointer of the season. And right now the Nets down 3, 63-60 with 5:15 left in the third.
Some pretty basic basketball by the Spurs, don't you think? And that's making a 3, little noise in the building, and
Chant of "Let's go Nets." Kevin Edwards with the basketball.
Always love to see what Chuck runs off a timeout.
That's a pretty good run. Anderson got it to the rolling Derek Coleman, who has 17 of the Nets within 1.
He curled around, and that's what made the play. And then the give back, and the big fella.
63-62, San Antonio by a single point.
Great recognition, huh?
Oh, David Robinson was free. Jason Williams in now for Benoit Benjamin.
Little spin out, got him free.
And we get a foul with 5 on the 24-second clock. It's before the shot. It's on Chris Morris.
The scrape on the way through, but look at this, the little curl, and now frees the D. A great catch, and Strong sent it in. He is amazing, Kenny. And Dirk not bad himself.
Not bad. 17 points for Coleman. Here's Robinson. Willie Anderson over Morris. An in and outer. Rebound Coleman. Drops it off for Kenny Anderson. For Derek. Rebound number 9.
Pretty good check out on Cummings. Running the same play.
And Kenny fires. And that went off Cummings. Out of bounds. It'll be net ball. Everybody mistimed their jumps. It was one of those Alphonse and Gaston acts. And it wound up hitting off Cummings' shoulder.
I think they ended up intertwined and couldn't get themselves up. And speaking of rebounders, and he certainly has timing. You like those?
Pretty good names.
Great
pretty
names.
good numbers.
Coleman sneaking right up there, isn't he? The Shack to the rack. And Robinson number 2.
A little lazy on the pass, and fortunately for the Nets, Del Negro bats it out of bounds.
Scrappy North Carolina State kid, Jimmy V, and Merlin, little ACC connection.
Quite a few of them from Jimmy V's years in Raleigh.
Nice post up.
Morris slides through, backs it on.
Now he probably can't believe he can't get to the foul line now, can he?
So the Nets back in front. Here's Robinson over Jason Williams. And the rebound, Kevin Edwards battles and wins it.
Makes you better when the guards go down and help out.
Anderson to Edwards, finds DC. That'll count if it goes. David Robinson with the foul. Got him on the elbow, says Bruce Alexander.
He's got a nice way with officials, though. I mean, he's questioning, but it's all within fair gamesmanship. But DC actually had an open 3, and David says he missed this one. But that's all you need, you know, is that scrape. Fingernail on the elbow.
So Coleman at the line to shoot 2 as Robinson picks up the foul. That's his second. Lloyd Daniels going to make his first appearance. Sweet Pea replaces Dale Ellis. Has not got much playing time recently.
Sweet Pea down a little bit in his appearances. Kid that's down to 16 minutes, but he gets those pretty fair looks. He looks over the top to dump down, gets his 3-point opportunities.
19 points for Coleman, and the Nets by 3. They've run 6 in a row to take the lead 66-63. Nice double up. Robinson's alone, though. Coleman came over to help nicely. Great recovery and forces Robinson into a tough shot.
That was a great job defensively by the Nets.
A second chance, and Anderson blows by Morris on the follow. The worm.
Well, he's got his offensive glass opportunity.
His second field goal, 4 points for Rodman. 8 rebounds in the ballgame.
And every shot in the half court has been challenged by the Nets in terrific defensive sets.
Coleman posting up.
And Kenny got him to come out where his strength is, and
DC buries it.
is not.
21 for Coleman. And the Nets by 3. 2:50 left third quarter.
Good ball game, huh? A little toe-to-toe here.
Robinson traveling. Ball goes over to the Nets.
They got offense.
Oh, they got the foul.
Yeah, Derek had picked one up earlier. Didn't go his way. This time the read, the positioning, and you're there in time. You'll get it. Great defensive work on the Modell scoreboard. Nets by 3.
Meadowlands and walk away with a gift courtesy of Modell's Sporting Goods. If you wanted the first 1,500 people to show up at the Modell's Redemption Center on Tuesday, February 15th, when the Nets take on the New York Knickerbockers, Modell's will have a special gift for you. Not bad. A gift just for supporting your home team. With Bill Raftery and Matty Loughlin, Spencer Ross with you here at the Meadowlands. We can wait. George Finkel and Ellen Rubinoff, can we wait?
I know.
Okay, we're not going to give the
I
end.
believe it. I never know.
Which two men have coached both the Nets and the Spurs, okay? And we'll give it to you after the fourth quarter starts. Is that okay by you, Bill?
Sure.
Yeah?
Do you know? Can you guess?
I got one. I have one.
Okay, good.
The second one.
I'll give you the initials. LB and SA.
SA I got. SA I got.
LB.
LB I have too now. How about Long Island? Does that read to anything there? Okay, there we go. 68-65, Nets by 3.
And Chuck again figures, hey, Robinson doesn't want to play Dirk out there. Not that he doesn't want to.
With 3 on the
Tough
24.
shot.
Oh, that should have been goaltending. It might have been goaltending.
Well, short, they let it go.
Nice pass. That's something he does very well, Lloyd.
And Robinson can't put it home.
Look at him.
Great hands by Rodman. Daniels, Coleman. That's a goaltend.
Ooh, what a reaction. Oh, amazing. And you felt this was goaltending, but I felt it was short. That was awful close.
Yeah, it was closer than the look.
This one was a terrific reaction by DC. Ball handling glass.
Down to a 1-point lead, under 2 minutes left in this third quarter, 68-67.
Having a little trouble with that right now.
And Morris knows he had it. Would have gone in the back court. And Kenny challenges the big guy, and it won't go.
That's amazing.
How do you get that shot off?
Perseverance. He's got some stick-to-itiveness. And guts, too.
And Chris Morris.
Great play.
The attention to the detail of the backcourt violation. Spurs can take the lead here. 6 in the 24. Willie Anderson for 3. On the follow, Robinson jams it home.
And it wasn't for Jason Williams not trying. He just couldn't ride him out long enough and far enough.
69-68 San Antonio. 1 minute even remains third quarter. Kevin Edwards slides through and puts it home.
Tough goal.
11 for Edwards. Down to 45 seconds remaining in the third. Del Negro.
Oh,
Kevin Edwards, did he go high?
Is there a trampoline under here? He is elevating. And probably because of the substitution pattern of Chuck, he does not kill certain guys. And he seems to be fresh all the time.
Lloyd Daniels. Nets will get it back. 30 seconds remain in the quarter. As you see it, there are 18 left in the 24-second clock. Jason Williams and David Robinson, a little shoving match, and now the Nets have a less of a chance of getting it back. First foul in the final 2 minutes. Third on Jason.
Chuck just had a good point. Gets the first one. They had a whack, and you're retaliating. That's what seems to happen.
Coleman will get a rest and a nice round of applause as Armin Gilliam in the lineup.
Well, if you're going to play in the NBA, and there's the discard, and then here's the little chug at the end, so Jason gets caught.
Del Negro looking like a pitcher, getting set to throw a fastball. Peering in.
Or a deuce.
Looking for the big guy.
And Jason with a lot of little looks.
Daniels for 3, and he puts it home. 5 points for Daniels. The Spurs by 2. 7 seconds. Kenny got to hurry.
Everything, you give something up in the NBA.
Kenny with a floater. It is short. That'll do it for the third quarter. As the horn sounds, and after 3 on the Modell scoreboard, the Spurs have regained the lead. They lead it 72-70. 2. We'll check in with Matty Lachlan, and the Marshal calls the Pacers, Matthew.
All right, Spencer, thank you very much. Fred Grant, the trainer of Standard Breds. We'll talk a little bit more about one Standard bred horse in particular, and Walter Case Jr., who is one of the finest harness racing drivers in the world, joining us. And Walter, will speak with you. A couple of years ago, you set a record 843 victories in a season. Early start to the season thus far. What are you expecting in 94?
Well, I'm just hoping to stay healthy, and I got some very nice horses to drive for Mr. Grant and Mr. Kramer, and just hope to have a little racing luck and win some big races.
All right, as we mentioned, Fred Grant, a trainer. One of his horses, Cam Best, the fastest Standard bred in history. Freddie, what brings you to tonight's game?
I thought the Devils were playing, Matt. No, just kidding. Danny, the gentleman that owns Cam Best Kramer, he has 8 season tickets. Walter and I slip in when we get a chance, night off. We'd love to come. Great sports, a lot of fun. We're Nets fans.
Well, Cam Best standing stud, $2,500 is the stud fee, which gentleman is good work if you can get it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
A solicitation by Matt.
Cam Best, son of Cam Fellow, one of the all-time greats. Here's Morris firing and putting it home for 3. 11 points for Mo, and the Nets back in front, 73-72.
Where did the shooting come from, huh? Chuck calling the little post bumps for guys, and they're knocking them down.
Sleepy Floyd caught his own pass. Walking violation. Ball goes over to the Nets. You know, Kenny in that third quarter, we were talking during the break. Kenny now 7 of 19. He had trouble putting the ball home in that third quarter after a really fine first half.
Fatigue a little bit.
Yeah, a little tired.
We were mentioning Chuck rotating guys. 2 guys he plays a lot in there, Derek and Kenny. And occasionally Kenny will sneak a rest on the defensive end. And Derek, a guy that, you know, I think he can handle it.
Mo looking for 2 in a row, in and out. Jason Williams on the follow, and Rodman gets it over to Sweepy.
Jason really attentive as they move Robinson outside.
Well, the Anderson foul.
And Luke right away said, hey, shoot that basketball. That play for Floyd earlier was a shame because he did get bumped and ended up catching his own, but a little trivia response here.
The answer, the 2 men who've coached both the Nets and the Spurs, S.A. and L.B. Stan Albeck and Larry Brown. Do that Larry Brown thing with a lot of teams.
Yeah, you could. Nice kick out pass.
Mo tries to take it himself, and he's fouled. They're going to get it on Robinson. He said, I took it right out of his hands.
Oh, they're going to give it down below.
They're
To
going to
Lloyd
give it to
Daniels.
Sleepy.
Well, they're going to give it to Lloyd.
Yeah.
And he did come from the rear. And the takeaway. Pretty good sleight of hand earlier, Cummings, and this time Robinson. But Mo very confident, kept the dribble, and then exploded by the defender.
A lot of intensity in his play tonight.
And that man has had his share of tense moments.
And Tuesday, the word will filter down as Chuck Daly will find out if this is the year that he goes into the Hall of Fame. That's when the announcement's going to be made. And if it doesn't happen this year, it's going to happen.
It'll happen. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, it would be wonderful and deserve it.
Well, tie up our May, huh? Throwing bouquets.
Celebrating Cleveland.
Well, it doesn't matter what town, right? We'll celebrate.
13 for Chris Morris, and the Nets by 3, 75-72.
And a great honor for him and the franchises he's worked for and the players he's had. He'll be the first to admit that. Oh, nice little slip into Anderson.
And Willie puts it home.
And they didn't help or didn't communicate on that screen away. The Hammer and Kevin.
Willie Anderson with 15 points now, 10 of them coming there in the second half.
Nice denial by Robin. He's a pesky kind of a defender. They got offense on Jason.
Yep.
Yeah, they're trying to do a lot of things, and that'll happen. A little bit of a dilemma on the offensive end. They were not able to get into things. You can see the little bang by Jason. A little breakdown.
Willie Anderson ricocheted off that bang. 9:50 left fourth quarter. Good hands by Kevin Edwards.
Oh, good defensive position that they let him through.
Kenny finds Edwards. Oh, blocked by Robinson. Anderson, and he keeps it in play. Gilliam trying to stay with him. Will get the foul. Two-shot foul. The big guy can move.
And what happened on that play is Kevin should have kicked it back after the dribble to Kenny, and this wouldn't have happened. But Armin puts the hand on early and stays all the way. 7 feet tall, can do it all.
He has you back in your heels, doesn't he?
Oh,
I don't care how small you are, how quick you are. He's going to run you down the floor.
And the weight's not a problem defensively because his quick feet, he doesn't have to have contact on people. Plus, at the end, over 3 blocks a game certainly helped the cause.
And again, as we were saying about his blocks, he keeps them in play, and he did that time. Del Negro back in. Willie Anderson leaves. Derek Coleman back into the net lineup, replaces Jason Williams.
Not for lack of effort, huh, Jace? Everybody from St. John's, whenever you run into them, I had one of their games this week. How's he doing?
He's coming along, I'll tell you. A lot of hard work. 25 points for Robinson. Was now 7 of 9 from the free throw line and 9 of 19 from the floor.
Now, Kenny, I was just going to say, with Floyd, he's going to be able to beat Sleep with the bounce. Sleepy used to guard the bigger guard. And right here, Sleepy gets tangled up with Syracuse. Georgetown on Syracuse, and a few little Big East comments. Slippage between the two of them.
Ball still belongs to the Nets with 9:22 remaining. Eric Sleepy Floyd. Oh, that's a tough shot. Counted and one. Whoa.
Look at those two. Oh, my goodness. And he knew he had the bump, and that expression sort of tells a lot of things. Look at the fake to get himself free. And now with the seal by Floyd, most people would not be able to elevate that quick, knock it down, and go to the foul line. Sleepy did a great job, too.
Yeah, perfect defense. He recovered beautifully after Kenny made that move on the baseline. So for 8 straight games, Johnny Newman now back in the lineup for Kevin Edwards. 8th straight game that Kenny has hit 20 or more points. He's at the 20 mark now, and the Nets with a 2-point lead.
They're riding. This was a play they liked earlier. Pick and roll. Sleepy ended up picking it up too quick.
7 of the 24.
Nice help, and Durrick stayed right on him.
Floyd fires the 3, bothered by Kenny Anderson, and the rebound, Derek Coleman. DC's 10th, the double-double for him. 10 rebounds, 21 points. Anderson a double-double, 10 assists and 20 points.
Got the whole wing now.
Kenny again.
See, that's at home. He, in a nice little position by Chuck, got everybody up. Now here's the choice, going in the middle or taking his guy. I mean, the speed opens things up for him.
4-point lead, 79-75. We said he's getting tired. He's certainly gotten awake pretty quickly.
Nice job again by Durrick. And see, they should be posting Robinson right now.
Floyd with 1 on the 24. That's a 24-second violation.
Great job. Spence. Oh, stepping it up, all starting with Coleman. I thought there was a tee down the other end where they were whistling.
Yeah.
Durrick containing Robinson. Everybody else in position to do some damage. Mike O'Connor, who played a little D in his Carolina days, in the shot there behind Chuck Daly.
Dennis Rodman having some words with Hank Armstrong, one of the officials. They double up on Kenny. So Coleman rolls off. Can't put it home. Gilliam kept it alive, but it comes into the hands of Sleepy Floyd, who gives to Del Negro. Sleepy. A banger in the rebound, Johnny Newman. 7:40 remains. The Nets 79, the Spurs 75.
They're switching those bumps, and now Mo should be able to go over the top. Tough shot, huh?
You gotta love it.
Well, that's what the home court's about. The flow, the feel. And Chris Morris.
An 11-3 run.
He knew the switch was there. This one comes down wet, cold, and in need of a towel. Come on down quick. Mass is about to begin. Mo!
Reggie Jackson, one of the great confrontations of all time.
I think that was game two.
Oh.
Thanks, George.
81-75, the Nets with a 6-point lead. And the crowd alive here at the Meadowlands. David Robinson counted. If it goes, he'll go to the line to shoot two as Coleman picks up the foul for DC, his third.
And smart move by Luke. Get him a little closer to the basket. Now he's the king. Derek had a disadvantage, but they ran that high play. Derek had great control.
Sleepy Floyd leaves. Back into the lineup, Willie Anderson, and DC with his third personal. So Robinson, as we mentioned, leads the NBA in free throw attempts with 500 coming into this game, and that is already his 10th of the night. He's 8 of 10, 26 points.
Do you know who one of his college coaches happened to be? Paul Evans.
Was that right?
Head coach, yeah.
That's right. Yeah, okay.
So I think he didn't have him his senior year.
And that really led Paul Evans to bigger things in the college basketball world. Remember when I was a kid, Navy had two guys, Johnny Clune and Don Lang.
Oh, yeah,
Great
number 12 from St. Peter's. Nice little cut. Look at this kid pass the ball.
Count it!
This kid's unbelievable. You could not get the ball through. Two defenders with their hands outstretched. I don't know how he did it. Puts a little extra on it. The confidence. He knows. Look at this now. Two people there. Great selection of shots by Derek away from the West Coast Admiral.
It's a 7-point lead now. Coleman looking to make it 8. And he does. 24 for DC, 14 of them here in the second half. 6 minutes, 40 seconds remain, and the Nets up by 8. They've led by as many as 9, but trailed in this second half at 1 point by 3.
And trying to get Robinson down on the box again.
That's Del Negro for 3. And Rodman fouled. Johnny Newman grabbed him on the arm.
See what he keeps from going up. Elevation, his game.
13 rebounds for Dennis Rodman tonight.
And if you're Chuck Daly on that miss, you're going, oh, get this one. All of a sudden, we can get it to 10. Nice job by Mose. They're trying to run a flare cut for Ellis.
They have really put the clamps on Ellis. That's Robin.
And that's because of Newman.
Ellis had 6 points in the first quarter. He still has not scored since then.
Well, Mo can make this team win and not score.
That's right.
I mean, great. That's what Chuck feels. Defensively, he can get after people. But Newman with great D caused the walk.
6:14 remains.
And look at that. I mean, he stops on a dime.
Finds the lane and saw Coleman back there.
It's his shot.
Gilliam. Robin, rebound number 14. Outlets it to Del Negro. 5:50 remains in this fourth quarter. An 8-point net lead. And Kenny Anderson knocked it out of bounds. And Kenny just upset at himself. I had it. Can I get it back?
Nice read. Del Negro trying to give that pass too quick. Didn't let the big guy clear.
6 seconds left on the 24-second clock. Del Negro for 3. High rebound. And the Worm has it again. Number 15 for Rod.
He is frustrating. Gives them a lot of trips. And look at Anderson whacking Newman in there.
Down to 8 on the 24. And a push.
Kenny on the little give off by Del Negro. And is that number 4?
Checking his 4. It is 5. The Nets are over the limit. You talked about the bumping underneath there. Who's the bumper and who's the bumpy?
Well, it depends on when the ref is looking. That's a quarter ride right there. Little bumping cars.
Vinny Del Negro, nearly automatic from the line for the season. 93%, had hit 50 in a row until a miss Friday night in Boston. His 11th point tonight. P.J. Brown back into the lineup. He'll replace Armin Gilliam.
This is interesting. Armin didn't knock the shot down.
Not tonight.
And that's not why he didn't take it. But P.J. is going to give you that good D as well, and then use others for the offense.
And maybe take some offensive rebounds away from Mr. Rodman.
From the Wayne.
The Wayne.
Rewind the Wayne.
Del Negro hits them both. He's got 12. The net lead is 7. 5:20 remains.
Can't put it into coast, though, huh?
No,
you got to keep attacking. Not that the shot. Look at this.
What a look, and Mo just couldn't put it home. Second attempt, no good. There's PJ steps.
Great call, though, Spencer. Going up on the glass, you mentioned Brown, the ability to rebound. Just got the little roller blades on the end. How about this pass? Now, Mo.
Just too deep.
Got himself just under enough for the miss.
Robinson, that's pretty good position for.
Look at him to the ball, though.
And Coleman has the rebound.
Oh, he should have given it to Kenny.
And PJ gives it to Kenny.
And Chuck saying go.
Kenny goes. The battle.
Good save by
Mo. Nice play indeed to Newman. With 4:35 remaining. 6-point net lead, 84-78.
And this is a nice advantage Nets with Derrick on the box.
Rodman pushing and shoving. Kenny for 3 on the rebound. Rodman one more time. Number 16. They can cut it to 4 now.
Not a real good trip for the Nets that time.
We approach 4 minutes remaining in this regulation time. Del Negro.
Kenny with great position defensively.
Down to 6 in the 24. Ellis for 3. Rebound, PJ.
Rebound Daly. Pretty good insertion.
Timeout Nets on the Modell scoreboard. We have 3 minutes, 48 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. And the Nets holding on to a 6-point lead. We'll get back. Your best shot right here at the Meadowlands Arena in the Charlie Brown Shootout Challenge. Easy to enter. Just visit your neighborhood, Charlie Brown's, and fill out an entry form. One entrant chosen from each restaurant to attend the Nets Heat game on February 22nd and participate in the shootout. Each monthly shootout winner is going to come back at the end of the year to shoot it out for the grand prize of a trip for 4 to any place in the world American Airlines flies for 6 nights and 7 days. So take your best shot. Do it with Charlie Brown's by signing up for the Shootout Challenge. Spencer Ross, Bill Raftery with you here at the Meadowlands. 3:48 remains in this 4th quarter. Take a look at those numbers on 3-point field goals. 1 of 14 for the Spurs, 5 of 11 for the Nets. And Ellis 0 for 7.
Good defense. They just need a little more activity on the offensive end. A little bit stagnant. They got to go now while they're putting the pressure defensively.
And while the Nets have been a little stagnation on the other end for San Antonio, they are one field goal in this entire quarter. No foul call. They're going to get a second field goal here as Del Negro puts it home.
Under pressure, too. Nice play by Anderson.
84-80. Chuck Daly irate at the non-call. That time with Anderson going through the lane.
And when they don't call it, it becomes a good play. Right? An outstanding defensive set.
Oh, another steal. And the foul on Kenny, and the Nets over the limit. So back-to-back turnovers. And it's a 2-shot foul coming up.
Well, you play the game long enough, things are going to happen. You just see he scraped there. Chuck felt he bumped earlier. But all of a sudden, 2 wonderful plays by Anderson. The next, putting him on the foul line. The clock stops. Kenny with 3.
And what was a 7-point lead down to 4, and Willie Anderson with a chance to cut it to 2, and he is a good free throw shooter. Nearly 85%. He has 16 points tonight. A #1 draft choice back in 1988.
Georgia? No, right?
Played for UDurham. 84-81, Nets by 3. 3:10 remain.
Little double on the other side after the pick and roll. Oh, you got to read
Robinson.
Good defensive play made better with an errant pass.
3 straight turnovers for the Nets. Robinson finds Willie Anderson. And Mr. Robinson with 28. The Spurs on a roll. They've scored 7 in a row. And the net lead is down to 1. 84-83. 2:30 remains in this ballgame. Johnny Newman. Count it if it goes. He'll go to the line to shoot two. Del Negro picks up the foul.
Well, a nice play at the other end, Spence. When you think of the double, you're caught never land there. As Dirk didn't really respond to the double, and the defense can't rotate over unless you make that stop. The two guys get on it and let everybody in the back move over into the zone. This little break in action. Oh, it should be a great time, a break for the great taste of Bud Light. It's a big hit with fans everywhere, Spencer Ross. It won't fill you up and never let you down. So make it a Bud Light.
Johnny Newman hits them both. He's got 4 points. The Nets lead by 3. Negates that 7-0 run for San Antonio with 2:20 remaining.
Johnny Newman has to play tough. Edwards is coming in for him. Oh, almost a great play by Kenny.
Del Negro stops and pops and puts it home. He's had a big night. 16 points for Vinny Del Negro. And the net lead again, 2 minutes remain.
He does take some hits, too. Took a bang there and knocked it down.
Anderson. Rebound Robinson. San Antonio can take the lead. 1:45 remains. 86-85 Nets.
Trying to get Del Negro involved.
Down to 8 on the 24. 6. Robinson. Whoa, what a shot. Wow. That was like a Robert Parrish shot.
That's like Chris's shot earlier. That was up in the rafters of the lower basement in the church.
And San Antonio has taken the lead by 1. 1:22 remaining in regulation time. And the Spurs with an 11-2 run to lead it by an ace. 76 net lead has been erased, and the Spurs with the lead with an 11-2 run, including that David Robinson basket to give them the edge. Here's the timeout story. Neither team in any trouble as far as that category is concerned. 3-1 for the Spurs, 2-20 for the Nets.
Well, with the 1:22, there's a lot of things that can happen, but what has dictated part of the Nets' problems, a little bit stagnant and predictable on the offense. No real flow and motion, and this fella on the other end all of a sudden has started to light it up, got it down on the box on a few occasions, that little curl for the dunk, and that time the rainbow release.
Ooh, some shot. Here's Anderson with the ball with 1:20 remaining, and the Nets down 1. Kevin Edwards on the rebound. The Worm has it. Rodman with the basketball. San Antonio with a 1-point lead. The good set, and they look for Kevin Edwards, who's been hitting that shot. 1:05 remains. Nets need the defensive set now. Here's Del Negro.
Yeah, they look to him to post up.
Down to 6 in the 24.
Got the 2 shooters on the same side. Nice slide.
Ellis for 3. Big major league three-pointer for Dale Ellis, who is 0 for 7 from 3. And the Nets are down 4. Kenny on the drive won't go. Now we get a foul. At this point, the Nets look like they've let this one get away. Give credit to the Spurs, though. Dale Ellis, his first basket since the 4-minute mark of the first quarter, and a big one.
And what a call by Luke. He's got Del Negro on the box and overloads the same side with Anderson and Ellis. And as the big guys go, Ellis slides to the other side of the floor. But that time, Kenny really trying to get the quick hitter. When you're going in beating your guy, you've always got looming in the rear, David Robinson. But plenty of time, Spencer.
There's time. Plenty. Yeah, well, you got to hope Rodman, if you're the Nets, helps them out, and he did right there. You got still a 2-trip game.
Sure.
And Rodman again will be back in the line to shoot his second one. He is not a good free throw shooter.
Either way, a 2-trip game, but you got to rebound, as you've said.
And the Nets will call a timeout right here. 45.9 seconds remaining, and the Nets find themselves down 5. See the story. Nets were up 8 in San Antonio, holding on now to a lead of 5, 91-86. The timeout story. Nets have the ball, and Mr. Analyst, you go where now?
Well, I'm thinking Derek, get him involved. It's a situation you just need to douche. You don't have to do anything unusual at this point in the game. Derek posting up, somebody looking for a jump shot on his side. And they will trouble getting it in, or Kenny with the penetration.
And he's fouled by Rodman. It's a 2-shot foul, too. That's a good break for the Nets. The clock stops.
Quickly, 2 seconds, less than 2.
The old adage, when you're winning a ball game, don't let the clock stop and let the other team score with the clock now running.
Now in your position for a real good defensive stand. Don't even have to gamble.
Kenny hits the first one. For Anderson tonight, his 23rd point. The Nets are within 3.
Timeout.
And another timeout called here by San Antonio. Don't go away. We've got a lot coming your way. We're going to be back with you on Tuesday night when the Nets take on the Cavaliers in Cleveland. That's a 7:30 start. Bill and I will be with you. The tip-off show gets underway at 7:15, and then we're back here the following night for the Nets to go against the same Cleveland Cavaliers. So right here, though, a 3-point ball game in favor of the Spurs. And suddenly those 2 free throws and the stoppage of the clock really changed the whole complexion. But the Nets, of course, do need a good defensive stance here. And with their being over the limit, you can't give a foul here.
Well, you were thinking it might have been over, but we
you do that with me. You think I'm a doomsayer.
Well, here's an instance where you can make some decision. Do you try and foul the worm if he touches it right away?
Yes.
But they won't let him touch it.
Absolutely. But if they do.
In fact, they may take him out at this stage.
Yeah,
he'll get another shooter. With him out that far, on most teams you say, well, he looks like he's discarding the wrap. Do you give the foul right away if he's in? If he's out, now you make a good, strong defensive stand, and everybody has to rebound. You know, the 2 decisions that you want. I would, at this point, let them go, play good, strong defense, try and create some difficulty for them, make it a tougher shot. Chuck and staff going over what they like to run, and then rebound.
And if you're the Nets, you'd like to have San Antonio get that shot within 15 seconds, because then you do have a 2-trip game. Because if it gets down to 24, then you know situation of just 1.
And the big thing is getting it inbound, so the Nets have to be ready. Maybe make it a tough, maybe force another timeout, eliminate some of their strategy in the next 43.
Well, they put Sleepy Floyd in to take Dennis Rodman's place, but you can be sure Rodman will be back in when the Nets get the basketball if there's a dead ball.
Little switch.
43.4 seconds remaining. You see it. Nets down 3.
Nice job face guarding all over the floor.
Del Negro. He's the guy you do not want to foul. Robinson posting up against Coleman.
Same side of the floor, too. And Luke's telling them when to go.
Down to 10 on the 24. Now they get it to Robinson.
That's the killer. And you've got to back off. Great free throw shooter. You mentioned Robin. He'll be back in. But 5 to go. I mean, you've decided, and I would agree with that. Play good, strong D, and that is a killer.
As it gives San Antonio a chance to make it a 5-point ball game, and under 24 seconds remaining, 23.9. Big free throw, 31 points for the Admiral. Rodman back in. Sleepy Floyd leaves. P.J. Brown will come in for the Nets. He'll replace Johnny Newman.
A rebound, put it on the glass, huh?
You want the rebound?
Yep. Put it back up on the glass. Push the ball up. Because Chuck will probably take the timeout. Got 1 left. He may save it. Let's see. Nope, takes it.
And it's back to a 5-point lead for San Antonio, 93-88, in a ball game that saw the Nets leading it 84-76. And then the Spurs went on a big 15-2 run to open up a 5-point lead. And the Nets trying to battle back, but the clock, their big enemy right now, 93-88. Nets, who started off really like a house on fire in that first quarter. Great shoot.
They did. They looked very confident. This is a case where you might get a 3-point by going inside first. It's a 2-trip game still. Same kind of strategy. Get the score. This time now, you've got to give the foul.
Yeah, you have to. Even if it's Del Negro, you got to give it.
Doesn't matter. Just deny the ball. If you can steal it, great. If not, stop the clock. Keep that as your pal for the next few trips, and maybe you can come up with something positive. But what Coleman has been silenced a little bit down on that box area, but the Nets have settled a little for the jumper. Because it was going real good, you have a tendency to rely on that. Now they've got to reestablish down low as they have a zipper in the full and a 20.
And San Antonio a 2-1. 93-88. The Spurs with a 5-point lead. They look for their 7th consecutive victory. David Robinson, another big night. 32 points, his 22nd 30-point game of the season. He just gets better and better and better all the time, or so it seemed.
Tantalizingly close, huh?
Yeah.
And that's why they've done so well. And that's played a good, sound basketball game. Just a few little lapses, the spurts you've alluded to during the course of the game. And Luke out there.
He's not into it too much, is he?
No, he really is. And Willie Anderson, they're smiling as they come out.
Watch out,
Chris Morris to inbound.
And he can be dangerous, too, to step in for the 3. If Ellis goes looking to double up. Directly in.
Got to hurry. Coleman. Edwards, that's for 3. Got it! Kevin Edwards buries a 3-pointer. We get a timeout, San Antonio. Suddenly, it is a 2-point ball game with 19.3 seconds remaining. Yogi, it ain't over till it's over.
Great reaction. Edwards down in the corner. They're looking to scramble defensively. They switch, and Robinson pops out quickly. But look at this, as they don't cover a pretty good 2-point shooter. Well, very good 2-point, and now getting a lot better with the 3.
His second 3-pointer of the night, so the Nets are within 2. In a situation where this one is not over yet, because the Nets find themselves with an opportunity. You got a foul right now. There's no doubt about it. You'd like to hope, if you're the Nets, that Vinny Del Negro will not get his hands on the basketball. He's their number 1 guy.
If they move to half court, though, Spencer, the Nets were close to not permitting the ball in. And Kenny Anderson had done a nice job initially face guarding Del Negro, and then he popped out. Everybody else shut the passing lane off. They could cause a problem here, make them call another timeout, or get the steal. I mean, that would be the most desirable of events.
So Chuck Daly has his troops gathered around. Down the other end, John Lucas with his San Antonio Spurs. At halftime, this ball game was even. After 3, San Antonio led it by 2, and then the Nets went on that spurt. Spurs had but 1 field goal in the first 8 minutes of this 4th quarter, and the Nets led it by 8 points. But then San Antonio came alive.
They sure did, and defensively made the Nets stand still. I can't believe half the crowd left.
Yeah, people thought it was over.
Maybe they heard some of the commentary.
93-91. Willie Anderson will inbound. See what Del Negro does.
You see Mo off the ball, looking to double or play the first free guy. Screen downs. Nice job by.
And they got it to. Oh, and Del Negro with the ball. Stolen away by Morris. Mo to the hoop for tie. Unbelievable. 8 seconds remain. Del Negro. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. Sleepy Floyd fires at the buzzer. We go to overtime. What an unbelievable comeback. You gotta love it. Here, and it wasn't over till it was over, and with under 10 seconds to go on the inbounds. Del Negro will get the ball. It'll be knocked away, and Chris Morris will bring this crowd to its feet.
And Kenny with the slap away. Mo with a strong send it in. Good reaction to the inbounds pass. Derek comes up initially as Robinson gets it to Del Negro, the one guy you felt you don't want to foul, but Mo making sure. Just a great trap at half court.
Are you surprised they didn't call a timeout? San Antonio.
We're at half court?
No, San Antonio. No, after Mo's basket.
Well, like a lot of teams will let you flow, though. You know, it's because they just had a hard time inbounding here.
Yeah.
So it's one of those tough little situations.
Well, we're going to overtime.
That's 2-1.
And the Spurs lost their only overtime game at Seattle in December. So here we go. And this crowd is very much into it. 93 all on the tip. Willie Anderson has it for the Spurs. They have Rodman, Anderson, Del Negro, David Robinson, and Dale Ellis. They go right to Robinson. DC playing with 4 fouls.
He's doing a good job bringing it closer to the tough shot.
Rodman has the rebound, has it knocked away out of bounds. It'll be San Antonio ball. 8 on the 24. That Robinson shot never touched the rim.
He's amazing, Robin, isn't he?
19 rebounds for Rodman. Willie Anderson with 3 on the 24. Shot won't go, and Rodman has it again.
And Chuck frustrated. Well, it happened in a positive way for you, Charles, a few years ago. It's unbelievable. And Mo is the guy assigned. So, no, excuse me, Derek has it.
And Ellis hits the three-pointer. 3 opportunities for the Spurs, and Ellis has hit back-to-back threes, and the Nets down 3.
This is the end that's been a little bit of a problem, Spencer. Got to get a little of an inside game going, I think.
Knocked away from Morris, and David Robinson has it. Another stagnant offensive set by the Nets.
They've deflected a lot of passes to the post. Now they get PJ over on Rodman.
David Robinson, they've scored 5 in a row, and they lead it by 5, 98-93, 3:35 left in overtime.
Major league trip right here.
Yeah, they need one.
Chuck has that back screen getting Derek down to the box.
Kenny thought the jumper, thought it again. Down to 7 on the 24. He challenges Robinson, steps through and puts it home. Big time.
And he stepped right through Anderson and maybe got nicked as well.
98-95. San Antonio by 3. Nearly 2 minutes into overtime.
Derek able to contain. Nice little flick down by Kenny.
Willie Anderson puts it home. Clutch shooting here in the extra session by the Spurs, who again lead it by 5, 100-95.
Del Negro with a great penetration and dish.
2:40 remain. Anderson doesn't get the roll. Willie Anderson has the rebound. Nets need a stop right here. Big, and John Lucas calls a timeout. 2 minutes, 26 seconds left in overtime. The Nets are down 5, 100-95. And immediately following that basketball, thoroughbred action comes your way. So stay tuned for that, racing fans. Right here, the Nets. Chuck Daly, Brendan Surr on the left. A 5-point deficit. The Nets were down 5 with 20 seconds left in regulation time and tied it on a Kevin Edwards 3 and then a steal by Chris Morris and a jam. But right now, can't go to the well too often, down 5 and a chance to make it 7. And Dale Ellis does. This big hoop right there. Ellis with 14 points, a 3 and a deuce here in overtime.
Major thrusts.
The all-time three-point shooter in the history of the NBA, and suddenly it's a 7-point lead with 2 minutes remaining. Kevin Edwards counted it one.
And Chuck moved Kenny off the ball, and a great little feel by Kevin Edwards, because all of a sudden they're looking for the pass to the post, and this is a show of strength. I mean, in traffic, and a chance for three. Unbelievable.
17 points for Edwards. Little pressure now by the Nets. Chuck Daly wants. It's very little low. As Del Negro will bring it out of the backcourt.
They don't let Rodman touch it at all. I mean, you can't even think about just fouling him when he gets the ball.
He never gets the ball.
PJ gets back on him. He's got to make sure.
Not foul him. Well, Willie Anderson off the mark. Rebound, Derek Coleman.
Oh.
Kenny has it back.
Goodness. Oh. And he should be able to take Rodman.
He is fouled, gone to the hoop. It is on Rodman. And Kenny's going to go to the line to shoot two. Bruce Alexander called it a shooting foul.
I think he said on the floor. Great effort. They're saying they're just checking. They got it right one. Little confusion on whether it was the.
It's the second. At 1:59, the foul was called on Del Negro with Kevin Edwards. So this is the second foul in the final 2 minutes. By that 1 second, it changes the complexion potentially of this ball game.
Amazing.
Kenny Anderson hits the first one. 25 for the kid.
Showing a lot of heart, this team.
Well, Kenny's only sat 3 minutes all night.
Amazing. Utterly incredible. I mean, just the ability to be resilient. And what a change in their format, their performance.
Suddenly, they're back in the game. It is down to 2. 26 for Anderson. A 5-point run for the Nets and some pressure now. Here's Robinson with 1:24 remaining.
And Kenny can rag him a little bit.
Del Negro into forecourt. 1:15 remaining. 102-100. San Antonio.
Big thing is PJ's got to keep Rodman off the glass.
Del Negro is fouled, gone to the hoop. And that is the first team foul in the final 2 minutes on the Nets. Non-shooting, 1:08 remain.
Chuck working hard. He wanted PJ to show a little more because Rodman's not going to be that much of a threat.
Yeah.
See how late and deep he got over.
So a fresh 24 San Antonio basketball. And again, he's going to have Del Negro hold, and eventually they'll try and get it to the big guy, David Robinson.
They just be tough now. He is amazing.
12 and the 24. Now they'll go to work. Del Negro. It'll still belong to San Antonio with 4 on the 24-second clock.
I thought he actually walked before the ball went out of bounds.
That's wanted a charge call.
A great defensive stance by Kenny. And oh, look at that, the foot extension. Now you're fighting for your life down there. You got to watch the lob direct.
4 on the 24.
And Ellis popping to the corner.
And
they used the
20-second timeout called by the Spurs. Exciting ball game.
Oh, a lot of fun, a lot of technical influence by the benches to keep their clubs in it. The Nets now mustering up everything to get back involved, and extraordinary use of the dribble by both guards on the Nets end, and somewhat stagnant now by the Spurs as they go for Del Negro and Robinson together and everybody else off in the distance, lifted to keep away to help people.
Well, San Antonio had a 5-point lead with 19 seconds to go in regulation. The Nets tied it. They were up 7 in this overtime session with under 2 minutes remaining when Kevin Edwards hits a deuce, gets fouled, hits the free throw. Kenny Anderson hits 2 free throws. Suddenly, a 7-point deficit is 2, and 4 left on the 24-second clock. If the Nets can hold here, they get the basketball back and an opportunity to tie this ball game up. And Willie Anderson will inbound.
This is what scouting is all about. Look at the grappling.
They got it to Del Negro. Morris with the rebound. Went high, and the Nets have the ball. And they could get a 2-for-1 here.
pick and roll. DC. And they get the switch they want. Now Anderson can get...
Kenny through the lane, gets to Coleman, jam! We're tied! 102, 102.
They get a timeout.
Timeout, San Antonio!
This play is extraordinary in that Anderson fights so hard for position, but Kenny sees the Robinson trying to double up. I thought he got fouled on that jam.
And so did he.
Unbelievable use of the bounce. 3 in a row. First Edwards, then Anderson twice. Look at this dish. And on that right hand, it was a scrape. Strong. I am the law kind of jam.
A 102-102 ball game. 7 in a row for the Nets. 21.4 seconds remain. The Spurs, in effect, can play for the final shot here in overtime. Theoretically, the worst they can wind up is a second overtime session. But of course, you can't hold for 21.2 seconds.
No, and then the other end of this now is the Nets have done a nice job defending the inbounds pass. Del Negro is the guy they like to get the basketball to. You've heard Chuck implore Kenny Anderson, face guard, don't let him get it. They've thrown directly inbounds to Robinson. That's the one time that Derek ended up fouling, if you recall. So they're using the steady play of pick and roll right side, lift left. If you're guarding Ellis, just be alert. Because if the Nets have to double and have to rotate, you leave him alone. Del Negro's used that bounce to get under the tin and kick to the corner for Anderson on occasion. A lot of things that you have to be concerned about.
We'll just check and see who they come out with. Rodman still in the lineup. Let's check it. They've got Ellis, Del Negro, Rodman still in there, Willie Anderson, and David Robinson.
The pressure on P.J. Brown because he's helping, and if the shot goes up, Rodman's great ability to rebound and give him another possession.
We're tied at 102 in overtime. 21.4 seconds remain. Willie Anderson to inbound for San Antonio.
And Kenny's going to trail Del Negro out looking for a steal, I think.
Del Negro with the basketball as Robinson posts up against Coleman. 12 seconds remain. Robinson has the ball. 8 seconds remain. He's fouled, gone up with 4.1 seconds remaining. He will go to the line to shoot 2.
And PJ with great help. And of course, on the dribble, this is what's amazing. You run a clear out for your 7-foot center, and Derek in the rear, you can see the grab, and there is PJ ready to negate the effort.
So Robinson on the night, 10 of 13 from the line. A 74% free throw shooter gives the Spurs the lead. 103-102.
And with Rodman in there, if there's a miss, you got to be ready if you're P.J. Brown.
Robinson makes the second one. The Nets will call the timeout with 4.1 seconds remaining in overtime. San Antonio with a 104-102 lead. And Chuck Daly will gather the troops around him one more time in a ball game that looked like it was going to be over in regulation time. The Nets were down 5 with 19 seconds to go when Kevin Edwards hit a 3, then a steal and a slam by Chris Morris. And here in overtime, down 7 with 1:59 to go. The Nets battle back to tie it and a chance to send it into a second section now.
Here's the problem for Lucas. The Nets have done it with the dribble 3 key times. With that in mind, you might end up with an open 3. You're not looking for it if you're the Nets. You just want to tie, escape, dodge that opportunity. With the bounce, pick and roll they've run. Kenny's gotten in. Edwards has gotten in from down the top. Chuck has the option of moving Kenny off the ball with that little curl staggered screen, and now he's on the move. He's pretty effective. And of course, Derek Coleman great at catching the ball as Robinson goes to block shots.
And Neither team has a foul to give, so San Antonio, if they get it in deep to Derek, he's going to go right to the hoop.
Oh, he's got to.
An exciting ball game from start to finish, and it's not over yet. Paul Silas on the left of your screen, Derek Coleman. And a big night for DC. 28 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists. Kenny Anderson with 26 points and 14 assists. Chris Morris and Kevin Edwards with 17 points apiece. And the big story for San Antonio, there he is, the Admiral, David Robinson with 36 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists.
Extraordinary night. You got to think Kenny's got to touch the ball. Chuck has just put Newman in, so you have another perimeter guy to deal with. So it's just Coleman, and everybody else is a threat with the jump shot.
Chris Morris will inbound the basketball with 4.1 seconds remaining. Dennis Rodman will defend against the inbounds pass.
And Chuck likes to throw right to the box on occasion, too. And Edwards had a corner jumper with the set they ran earlier.
Rodman talking with Bruce Alexander. Knocked away. Kenny has it. You got to throw it at the buzzer.
Great job by Robinson. He has been a haunt all night.
Took away the good opportunity, so the Nets have done to them what the Nets did to Seattle. Prevented them from getting a good shot on Tuesday night. And right here, a courageous comeback by the Nets, but good play right there by David Robinson.
One of those cases where there were so many things that the inbounder had to look for. The first one was Edwards in the corner. The second one was Kenny out at top, and then the slip pass. Luke got away with one.
Spurs win it in OT, 104-102. Tuesday night, back with you. The Nets will be in Richfield, Ohio to take on the Cleveland Cavaliers. A 7:30 start. Phil and I will be along. The tip-off show gets underway at 7:15. What a ball game here at the Meadowlands Final. San Antonio wins it in overtime, 104-102. The desire, the stick-to-itiveness of this Net basketball team, the chances to just say, hey, we played last night, we can pack it in. These guys come to play. Down 5, 19 seconds to go regulation, they tie it. Down 7 with 2 minutes to go in overtime, they come by to tie it. But the Spurs come up with a victory.
Chuck Daly always says the win's the thing that counts, but this was one of those performances that tells you an awful lot about what's ticking under the shirt of his basketball team. They've grown a great deal, have a long way to go, but this one was one of those reach back all night long games. And as you mentioned before we came on, if Kenny's shot went in at the end, it wouldn't surprise you at all.
I would have my voice left at that point. Let me tell you, if that shot went in and it hit off the back of the backboard. The player of the game, the Budweiser player of the game, David Robinson. Another great effort by him. 36 points, a dozen rebounds, 6 assists, and he also puts in the 2 free throws with 4.1 seconds remaining to win it. The Admiral.
How about the deflection, too? Just to slap it out towards half court to force Kenny to throw up that really tough shot. So great night by him, and he's an all-star and does it every night, and just very tough to contain. I thought Dark played him very well, though.
And the guy who you have to give the Old Spice Play of the Game award to is the guy who really struggled. Dale Ellis couldn't hit a shot after 3 field goals in the first quarter, and he comes up and hits this big 3-pointer in overtime to give the Spurs the lead. He really woke up quickly.
Tough.
And just in time for the Spurs, who win it by a score of 104-102. Stay tuned. Nets Wrap is coming up next.